Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Thursday, August 26th. We will continue to see smoke impacts across much of the Great Basin today. We may see the smoke clear out of Idaho or at least thin on Friday and Saturday as weak systems pass by in the north. However, smoke will continue over the northern half of Nevada and Utah. We'll also continue to see showers and thunderstorms this morning over the eastern half of Utah and over parts of central Idaho, but these will likely exit the area to the east by this evening. Otherwise, drier and warmer conditions are expected into the weekend. We also will continue to see some gusty winds over the southern and eastern half of the Great Basin with some lower relative humidity, but fuels are not quite critical in those areas. The smoke for this afternoon at the surface is indicated here. Again, you can see for today, mainly over the northern two-thirds of the Great Basin, and then likely will push out of Idaho as we move into tomorrow. Similar conditions at the 6,000 foot level. Over the last 24 hours, we've seen scattered thunderstorms over much of Utah and also over parts of central Idaho. These thunderstorms, many of which are occurring this morning over the eastern portion of Utah, have only reported lighter amounts of precipitation. Most areas only a few hundredths or up to about a tenth of an inch. Some of the wetter storms produced precipitation between 1/10 and 2/10 of an inch. Fire activity has been light with just a couple of new smaller fires reported. And over the last 7 to 14 days, obviously precipitation has mainly impacted the eastern half of the Great Basin, and much of that has been above normal for the time of year. Still drier areas occurring over the western half of the Great Basin into southwest and western Idaho. So that is where our ERCs are currently the highest and will continue rising here over the next several days, again over much of western and northern Nevada up into western and central Idaho. By this time at the end of the week, by the end of the weekend, we'll likely see more ERCs above the 80th percentile. We also will see some drying over eastern areas of the Great Basin, but these ERCs will likely remain below normal. Looking at some of our ERCs in the drier spots, again over western Idaho, ERCs have returned to near normal, and they have increased to above normal and near record levels over parts of the Sierra Front for the time of year. So again, those are the areas to watch as we go into the weekend, especially as winds start to increase later in the weekend and next week. The satellite image for this morning shows a trough of low pressure moving through the western half of the Great Basin, and this will again continue to produce some gusty winds over eastern areas and also those showers and thunderstorms out ahead of that trough today. Looking at our weather pattern for this afternoon, again, showers and thunderstorms over the eastern and parts of northern areas of the Great Basin through this afternoon. We also see lower fire potential in those areas, again with just fuels not quite as critical and producing some rainfall. Drier areas will continue across much of Nevada. Looking at the weather pattern later today with the winds and relative humidity, again, just some breezy winds over the eastern half of the Great Basin with lower relative humidity mainly across Nevada into the low teens or single digits. As we move into Friday, we will see another trough of low pressure move east. Again, this will likely push a lot of our weather activity out of the area, but for the most part, lower fire potential. Looking at the wind gusts on Friday, still breezy winds over the eastern half of the area. And again, we'll see lighter winds across Nevada for Friday with single digits to low teens relative humidity. As we move into the weekend, we will see these systems exiting with, again, low to moderate fire potential over western areas and lower fire potential to the east. Winds will decrease on Saturday, again with drier conditions and warmer temperatures expected. The 3-day forecast amounts of precipitation are shown here, again mostly with those showers and thunderstorms today over the eastern and central portions of Utah. As we move into the weekend, we will see another trough of low pressure drop into the Pacific Northwest. So we will see winds start to increase, especially along the Sierra Front. So we will be watching that for any high risk. Right now it looks like just a slightly enhanced Zephyr, but we will see those winds increase further on Monday and also spread into the northern half of Nevada. So likely we will have some windy and dry conditions as we go into Monday. Right now, conditions not quite as certain, so no high risk yet, but certainly be watching for that as we move towards the weekend. And then these breezy winds will likely continue with, again, the drier areas still being Nevada into southwest Idaho. On Wednesday, this trough continues to move by to the north. So again, likely still see some breezy winds. We will see that moisture returning as we go into, especially towards Tuesday, Wednesday, into the southern areas of the Great Basin. So we will see showers and thunderstorms increasing with a decrease in fire potential. Likely on Sunday and Monday, any of those showers and thunderstorms will be on the isolated side, but again, increase in coverage as we move towards Tuesday and Wednesday. So going into the middle part of next week, again, we'll start to see that moisture increase. So a better chance of certainly some wetting rains in the far south, possibly even into the higher terrain of central and eastern Utah. but again, drier spots still remain Idaho into western and northern Nevada. The 8 to 14-day outlook taking us into the first week of September shows warmer and drier conditions for northern and western areas of the Great Basin, and again, a better chance of that monsoon moisture bringing some precipitation to southern and eastern areas. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back tomorrow for the latest updates.